welcome to the Arcade Football Podcast. This is episode 14, we believe, of Series 3. I'm Kyle Dixon, joined in the studio by the two Matts, as per usual, Matt Thowney.
Hello.
And Matt Tye.
Hello.
We're back after a 2-week Easter break. It's been about 2 weeks, right?
2.5 weeks,
Two and a bit weeks. We usually do it on a Monday, but it's a Wednesday, a bit different. There's games going on as we speak. West Ham Man United was a 7 o'clock kickoff, and that's when we're recording. So we'll do a bit of a live update for us. It won't quite be live for anyone that's listening, but they've got a fair few things to talk about. We've got a English representative in the Champions League semi-finals, which is quite interesting.
I did not expect to say that.
No, did not expect to say that. We've got a Premier League club cancelling their Player of the Season awards, which we'll talk about in a bit at length. We've got more criminal sort of news at Leeds United again.
We got more fairy tales with Leicester City.
Yeah, we have. And we've got a French striker who might not be at the Euros. Just a regular episode.
Sounds
then.
good.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be there because it's his home, but he won't be there because he's playing.
Yeah. Is he allowed in the stadium?
Sorry, you are banned.
We'll also be doing predictions as per usual at the end of this weekend's Premier League and Thursday's Europa League quarterfinals, second legs, quarterfinals.
Yes.
Quarterfinals. We'll start with the news at Leeds then. It's sort of breaking in the last couple of hours. Well, the last 31 minutes ago for us, it was actually. Leeds United employee Lucy Ward has won her sex discrimination case. Right. I'll let Matt Tye explain.
Lucy Ward claims that when former boss Neil Redfern was sacked, she was also sacked due to the fact that she was his partner, and nothing to do with the fact that she had spent 17 years working within Leeds United as their, I think it's educational and welfare officer. But it sort of things get worse for Massimo Cellino, as he's currently facing his second good owner ban from the Football League, when he was quoted in the actual tribunal that he sees that women should have no place in football. I mean, come on!
Well done,
Cellino.
I think that's a statement you can say 60, 70 years ago, but we're in a world where we're in a diverse society, and there's no such thing as sexism anymore. It's literally we're getting to that balance, which is nice.
It's quite ridiculous, to be fair, in 2016 that someone is saying that.
You're going to have that though. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's as his opinion is something beginning with B.
This is the type of opinion that ruins any chance of him ever actually getting to be the chairman of Leeds United properly.
Yeah.
So it's more bad news at Leeds once again. The hearing previously heard Mr. Cellino decided to sack her because she and Mr. Redfern came as a pair. That's not how it works. I don't know if that's how it works in Italy. I don't know.
She also told the tribunal that she was treated like a piece of meat in the way that she was dismissed, with Cellino telling ex-executive director Adam Pearson that she had to leave without giving a proper justified reason.
So it's all going well at Leeds United.
Need one of those feedback forms we were talking about.
Yeah. It was quoted that women should be in the bedroom by Mr. Cellino, so I think Leeds United should be looking for a new owner again. And if Graham was here, I reckon he would go on for days.
Yeah, he probably would.
Well,
really
I mean, could he write my dissertation?
Shall we move on?
We'll move on.
Because we can open a whole can of worms with this.
We could, but that's a different podcast, I think. We'll move on to what we're going to do in terms of going over the results lately. We're not going to do 2 weeks ago because it's
2 weeks ago.
Pointless.
We'll sort of do this week as such, and we will start with the Premier League from this weekend. The early game on the Saturday was probably the game of the weekend, actually. West Ham 3, Arsenal 3.
I annoyed Thowney so much because I predicted every single West Ham goal.
Did you? It was so annoying.
Brilliant.
He went 2-1 West Ham win with a Payet goal, and for those of you who didn't know, Arsenal went 2-0 up, so his bet was broken
straight away.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, it's game over." I was like, "No, Andy Carroll will score here." Andy Carroll scores. It's like, "Oh, he'll get one just before half time." Scores again. Then West Ham get a free kick in a not a so threatening position. I was like, "Oh, don't worry, Andy Carroll will get his hat trick now. Make it 3-2 West Ham." He was adamant it wouldn't happen. He scores. And on Grand National weekend, I should have put a bet on.
See,
and my horse won the race.
Let's be honest, you've got to have been joking, because no way would you, in your sane mind, have predicted that Andy Carroll would score a hat-trick.
But I'm sorry, but when it's 30 seconds before every goal, it's a massive coincidence.
I would say
insane.
the ball would be kicked, the ball would be back in the net, and he would look at me like I just killed this member of his family.
But going back to the actual match itself, this shows why Arsenal will not win the title for the next 5 years. Because there's no leader in that team.
Yeah, but 5 years is a long time in football.
Yeah.
They could get a leader in the summer.
They might do, but no. But what I mean is that if they have the same team that they've got now, they will never win the league.
The main criticism Wenger faced after this result was why he didn't play Petr Cech. Cech was on the bench. Apparently he was 100% fit. Why didn't he play him?
I suppose he just wanted to.
He isn't 100% fit. It's a big game. You play him. I think he said he was 100% fit just so he could put him on the bench. But
it's not just
he weren't maybe ready for the start.
You've got Ospina who's been filling in for him for. I mean, how long's Cech been injured now? A couple of months.
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. So there's 6 fixtures, say at least.
Yeah.
Ospina hasn't done too badly.
But I think.
Do you know what I mean? He probably wanted to stick with him loyalty-wise. You can't just drop him as soon as he comes.
The thing is, it was sort of summed up, sort of Arsenal's goalkeeping errors. It was when they played Everton, and Ospina clashed with Lukaku, and Ospina looked like he was concussed, or had a bad knee, and pretty much 9/10 of the people saying get him off. And then there was their young goalkeeper Matt Macy warming up, who's a 19, 20-year-old American. But Wenger stuck with the guy who can hardly walk. If that is the situation, that is the situation Arsenal has, is they've got, if without their first choice keeper, they would prefer to have a goalkeeper who can't kick over their unknown young kid who could be a sensational star. They need to sort that out.
It's not a good start to the Arsenal.
Well, no. Essentially, it really does sum up Arsenal's season if they're putting a player on the pitch that can't, like you say, kick a ball.
Yeah.
But going on the other side of the match, West Ham United, despite Man City winning and coming away from West Ham and opening the gap again, that's a really good result against Arsenal.
Yeah, West Ham were pretty good. Can Andy Carroll force himself into the England squad? Just quickly, everyone's been talking about it. So.
He can, but it would require...
No, because he'll be injured this weekend.
It would require a miracle, I think. As in, he would have to do that again just before he announces the team.
Speaking of injured England strikers, Wayne Rooney has made the Man United bench tonight.
Yeah, he did play.
Played
for the
61
on Monday. Yeah,
he played 61 minutes.
I actually watched that game for some reason.
And in the reports, they said his highlight moment was hitting the crossbar from a free kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just trying to remember when that happened. Actually, I watched the game sort of one-eyed because it was really bad.
Wow.
But on the note of Carroll, it's going to be really difficult to get him in an England squad, I think, just because he's often England take 4 strikers.
Yeah.
In the squad. At the moment, we're looking at it at a squad where it's either going to be Sturridge or Welbeck. Not both. Carroll's not going to force himself in that sort of breath.
Who would be your forward then if you're saying Sturridge or Welbeck?
Well, you got Rooney. Rooney's got to be in the squad because he's captain. Vardy and Kane have got to be in that squad. The best 2 England strikers right now. So then you might, if it is 4, he might not go for 4. But if
he'll say Welbeck for the sake of loving Welbeck.
No, trust me.
I'd go with Welbeck personally.
Yeah, but
I'd go with. I'm
not getting into this again.
As them fully fit strikers, I would take Sturridge. Yeah,
but he's not fully fit, isn't he? I don't think he'll ever be fully fit against.
But just hypothetically, say they're fully fit, I would take Sturridge.
Yeah,
he's got the pace. He's got some great finishing on him.
I'm not getting into this. Because I could be here all day.
If he was only about fully fit, though, Andy Carroll might actually get in the squad. Because when he's on his day, he's unstoppable. He's unplayable. Yeah. We'll move on to, where should we go? Should we go St Mary's? Southampton beat Newcastle and Rafa Benitez's squad look down.
They played worse than.
And you know all
Villa.
about that.
And I do know all about
They
it.
they played worse than Villa.
Yeah.
That's saying something. This
Yeah,
season.
they were
awful.
strong contenders for worst team of the season. There.
Rafa Benitez has not made an impact at all. Is it just me? But he really hasn't.
Thing
changed.
is,
His
when-
first game was a 1-0 loss to Leicester, which at the time, fair enough, and everyone saying,
But
that was a good performance.
Yeah.
But now losing drawing against Sunderland, you think, right, we've got a point. Let's build upon that. In the way they came back, they've gone 3 steps backwards.
Yeah. They're down. I don't see a way forward.
Well,
from that.
like the thing is, and it's like Rafael Benitez said in his interview on Match of the Day, for the first 45 minutes, we were the worst team in England. But then the next 45 minutes, we actually played pretty well. And that's the thing. They're playing well in the last 45 minutes, and
That's when they've already lost.
Yeah, that's the thing. 45 minutes of a game, teams can score 4 goals against you. I remember a few years back when City scored 4 goals in 20 minutes against Burnley. It happens. You can't have these stages.
Look at it this way: for Newcastle on Saturday against Southampton, that first half, as you got now, I've been to 2 non-league games in 2 nights, last 2 nights. I've saw better defending at both games than I saw from Newcastle on Saturday.
Thing is, it's not even like these are youngsters in their back line. Yamma
Stephen
is an
Taylor.
international defender.
Stephen
Taylor
had a
used to
shocker.
be. Stephen Taylor used to be pretty good,
There
quite
was-
reliable.
there
And
was a time-
Colaccini's brilliant.
There was
So
a
what
time
they-
when Stephen Taylor, when he was just coming through and he looked really promising, you thought, you know what, that's the future England centre back there. What the hell happened?
5-6 years ago,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Chelsea were touting Stephen Taylor
Yeah,
before we
he
signed
was
Ivanovic.
brilliant.
Yeah.
He was brilliant, but I don't know. But yeah, so Newcastle looked more or less down. And got,
They're 6 points off Norwich.
and they had a
Newcastle
game in hand.
do have a game in hand, but Sunderland are playing Norwich next, and if you look at Newcastle's remaining fixtures out of those 3, they've
Newcastle
got
have
by
tough.
far the worst.
Like-
Tottenham to play. They've got.
I think they've got Tottenham last
Man
day of the
United.
season.
It's ridiculous.
If they got Tottenham last day of the season, and Tottenham are fighting for their league title still,
If they are, yeah.
Thing
They've
is,
lost that.
the result on the weekend obviously affects Villa massively.
Not really.
No. But what I mean is, it will confirm whether they're relegated or they're still in it when they
Sunderland,
play.
Norwich, yeah. If Norwich,
But-
if Norwich avoid defeat, Villa are down.
Yeah, but I personally think that if what is it? If Norwich draw, say, and Newcastle win, suddenly we're going from Newcastle are down, no doubt about it, to this is interesting.
It could change.
So
There's still 6 games left.
yeah,
so
that's what we've got to remember is that it may look like they're down, but it all depends on that result.
it is just
If Norwich win, it's all over. It's all over. Simple as that.
I would say this: if Newcastle stay up, it's probably the greatest escape. Better than Leicester last season. When you look at the fixtures that Newcastle have got, Tottenham, Man United, Everton, I'm sure.
Tottenham on the last day is
It's-
not a game
it's-
you want.
It would be a better, because they're doing it from a later time. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Leicester started in like February and started picking
No,
up.
it was March. They started.
March,
this
yeah.
time last season, Leicester were same position as Newcastle, but only 2 points from safety.
Yeah, so it would be a better one.
Yeah.
Just a note on Newcastle, by the way. If they go down, John Joe Shelby, who signed for big money really in January, I'm not sure what wage he's on, but it's meant to be
80
like
grand a week.
80 grand a week. He hasn't got a clause in his contract to say he's going to get a wage drop. He'll be on 80 grand a week in the Championship, which
That's part of their wage cap gone, in theory.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Ronaldo is probably going to
Wijnaldum will leave, I think.
No, but this is the thing, is that
You go back to Ireland.
how many of those players do you feel are going to be in the Newcastle setup next season? Stephen Taylor will be,
Yeah.
because he's been there
Colaccini
for years.
probably. I don't
Colaccini.
know about
No, I think Colaccini will be, because he's...
Krul will.
Why-
No one will take Krul with his injuries.
No.
Yeah, no one will take all of his injuries, but he's probably got a shout to get out of there.
I think Shelby
I
and
think
Townsend will.
I think Mitrovic will be gone. I think he's brilliant. Mitrovic is the kind of striker you want when you're having a relegation dogfight.
I think Perez will go.
Perez will definitely
The
go.
problem is with
Too much
Mitrovic.
potential.
I would happily take Perez at Chelsea.
Yeah.
The problem is with Mitrovic. Say if you're a side like, say Sunderland stay up. Well, not Sunderland. Norwich, for example, they stay up. Can you warrant paying a large amount of money for Mitrovic? Because Newcastle ain't going to let him go for 2 million.
No,
They're
of
going to be
course.
looking for 8 to 10 million for him.
Of course, I do understand where you're coming from there, but Newcastle, the Newcastle that went down in 2009 had the likes of had players in there that you still thought, do you know what, this side will come straight back up because they've got potential up front and in defence. This time around, you're looking at a broken team.
If Newcastle go down and they do get rid of Mitrovic, I could see him going to West Brom with Tony Pulis. That is sort of old school Stoke football. Long ball up to the big man, knock it off to the fast
It would
wing.
work, but you would not find Jeremy Peace paying any money, let alone 10 million for Mitrovic.
Well, if he gets about 30 mil for Berahino, I'll go, you know what, go for it.
To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Jeremy Peace got 30 mil for Berahino and went,
Have three.
Okay, Tony Pulis, here's 500 grand. I'm just going to get a new mansion. Do you know what I mean?
I've quickly got up Newcastle's last 6 fixtures. So their 4 remaining fixtures in May is home to Swansea. Their game in hand is at home to Manchester City. They are then away to Liverpool, and then they finish off the month at home to Crystal Palace. Then in the run-in, they are away to Aston Villa, so that's 3 points, and then home to title-chasing Tottenham. So they've got 4 out of their 6 games at home. If Newcastle fans are renowned for getting behind the team, that's what they get behind them.
About 10 years ago, they've done that. When was the last time they got behind their team?
They're still filling out the 55,000 seater stadium, so they're still supporting the team.
But when you say get behind them, you mean as in they're running away behind them, away from the stadium.
They get behind them either the fact they're pushing them off the cliff or bringing them back on.
Don't get me wrong, and I'm really sorry to say this, Newcastle fans, but you're the worst fans in England.
Yeah, we've been through this,
and I am being brutal because. Every team that stays up in their history, they back their manager throughout. The moment you lose a game, you are on their back straight away.
Yeah, I mean, from those fixtures for Newcastle, I would say they have to beat Swansea, they have to beat Palace, and they have to beat Villa, at least, to stand any chance of staying up. And then they have to beat 2 of Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and there was one more, I'm sure there was.
That's it. That's the 6.
All right. They have to win 1 and draw 1, so it's a very, very tough ask. Yeah. So we'll move on from Newcastle to Southampton. On a quick note, actually, Southampton were pretty good. We should mention that.
Yeah, they were.
It wasn't just Newcastle putting it in the moment.
Exactly. They have to take advantage of it at the end of the day, and they did. So well done.
Pella's back to good form as well. So we'll move on to a big result for Bournemouth.
That confirms them
staying up. A win at Villa. Actually, no, we won't speak about Villa until we speak about them later on in the podcast.
That's fine.
It could go on for a long while. Swansea beat Chelsea, which I know you guys weren't too pleased.
I watched that game and I watched it on a acquired internet site, and it just seems to be Chelsea from 3-4 months ago. There just didn't seem to be any heart or desire in the side. I mean, Pato looked all right. We even brought on Falcao, and he had a decent 10-20 minutes. That's how bad we were.
Do you think the appointment of Antonio Conte being announced has had an effect on the squad? That sort of
it's like Guardiola when that was announced. Yeah. Pellegrini suddenly his side was doing bad.
Because Hiddink is a favourite with the players.
Yeah,
he was last time. He has been again.
All the players knew he wasn't staying on.
No, but I think there's a difference between knowing and confirming.
No, Hiddink even confirmed it when he was appointed. I'm only here till May, and then there was no chance. But
what I mean is that there was a chance. There was
he ruled it out completely.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is that they didn't know who was going to be there next season. No one had any idea after Hiddink. Yeah. Now that it's confirmed. It's like, okay, we'll just wait till you go now. So the fight it does go a little bit.
I think that's wrong because the Chelsea players, we've had such a dreadful season. You've got to play for the shirt now because we're going to have a massive overhaul in the summer. Oscar, Hazard, Ivanovic, Remy, Falcao. And a few others have already been linked with moves away. I can already see 4 of them going.
I'd actually throw Willian in there. I know you guys don't want him to leave, and Chelsea wouldn't want him to leave.
Thing is,
but he deserves to be playing Champions League
exactly.
next season.
I know we may only be out of it for a season, hopefully,
It's a
But
massive season.
yeah, don't be Niall Quinn on me. Oh, it's the worst season to go down. Like, no,
I don't mean like
it's
that.
the same as the next. But missing out on the season of Champions League football can change your career completely.
It's gonna cost
so
us
I
a
do
lot.
see what you're saying there,
Yeah.
and that's why I can possibly see Courtois.
Mate,
Good shout.
to be honest, I wouldn't. Courtois is a
want him back.
Courtois is a fantastic young keeper, but I don't see him staying at Chelsea longer than 3 more years.
No, I don't. He's so arrogant.
He's
Arrogant.
arrogant, and you need that sort of confidence. But the way he's come out and when asked, do you still want to stay at Chelsea and become like a legend like Petr Cech? He said nothing. He just said, I don't know, maybe. It's like, and when your starting goalkeeper says that sort of stuff, as another player around him is like, what makes you think you're better than us? We're all playing poorly here. And then even the fans going, you've got. We had this with Eden Hazard when we drew PSG in the Champions League. It's like, you want to go for 60 million to PSG, win the French league and play Champions League football? You haven't even earned the right to play for Lille yet.
So,
that was.
Sorry, I just want to mention that the whole thing is that Chelsea coach is saying there is it's not a. Oh, what? You think you're so great? You're not great, better than us, sort of thing. It's a. You think you're so great? We're all crap.
But we have been this season.
Brilliant.
I can't think of like 5. I can hardly think of 5 solid performances where I think, yeah, that's the Chelsea side that won the league last year in such fashion.
I would say
can't think of
2
5.
players for me that 3 actually. 3 players for me that have played well or tried their best when they've been on that football pitch are probably
I reckon 2 of them are youngsters.
Willian, definitely. Loftus-Cheek
One youngster.
and Begovic.
Yeah, Begovic.
Because I know he's conceded a lot when he played, but he was under so much pressure and you've got the best defence in front of you from last season, and they decide, you know what, we're going to go and do something else and leave you
Begovic
to
should
do all the
never have
work.
gone to Chelsea. It was a bad move for him. We said it at the time. Bad move.
I still think our 5 best players of the
Yeah, I
maybe
do
6
agree,
best players of the season has been Aspilicueta. He's never given up. Willian, never given up. Loftus-Cheek, Kennedy, he's been solid when he's played, and Traore.
But have you noticed?
Other than that, I can't think of
I
anyone.
would have said Babaraman.
Yeah, but have you noticed when you're talking about the best players for you this season, you're not saying he's been brilliant. You're saying he's never given up. Even
Exactly,
when he's not
yeah.
playing well, he's tried.
The thing is,
Well, that's all.
I know.
At the
It's
moment,
amazing,
that's
yeah.
what I want.
yeah.
When you've got the likes of Oscar and Hazard sort of like half-heartedly running around a football pitch for 90 minutes when they're getting paid near on 200 grand a week combined, maybe 300 because Hazard's on stupid money. You think you're the PFA? You are still the PFA Player of the Year at the moment. Act like it.
Chelsea.
Not act like some overpaid rich kid.
Chelsea 10th at the moment.
Sorry,
Champions League and probably Europa League now is out of.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
so-
Like I said, if we finish above 8th, I'm happy.
You guys might find yourself frustrated for the rest of the season because you might find that the Chelsea players don't turn up now.
That is true.
Nothing to
I
play
do
for.
understand that. But if we have an overhaul in the summer, I have a strong feeling we'll win the title next season, hands down. Because we've got nothing else to fight for.
Well,
It's like when Liverpool nearly won the title. They
Yeah.
didn't have any Champions League football to worry about.
That does help. That does help. We'll move on to Sunday. Actually, we'll just mention that City did beat West Brom on the late kick-off to keep their top 4 charge. And Palace beat Norwich. And Watford drew with Everton.
Palace got their first win of 2016,
Yeah,
so well
Palace
done,
got
lads.
their first- Yeah. Sunday.
Pardew, don't headbutt me, please.
On Sunday, the early game was at the Stadium of Leicester looking to keep their total charge, and they did it again.
God.
Jamie Vardy got 2.
Jamie
He's having a
Vardy's
party.
party.
And this was the sort of fixture. Have you noticed in the past fixtures like Watford away, they got a goal in the first half and it settled the nerves. This point it was getting on to 65, 70 minutes and you could see Ranieri really going, oh,
He was about to bring on Damari Gray,
Yeah,
and then
he's
they
about to
scored.
bring
It's
on
like,
Gray.
no, sit back down. Sit down.
That's why you could see he was emotional after
Do you
getting
know
it.
what?
They can do this.
Everything about Jamie Vardy tells me that he will be a star in this Euro 2016. Reason why? Not one of his goals, on the weekend, required skill. He runs at them. He literally just runs at them.
It's a
You don't
proper
even-
Sunday League goal.
Yeah.
Both.
Like-
I'll run at him. I'll push the defender over. Nothing given, ref. Right, here we go.
But I think that's what some people forget is that you don't need the skill. Just run at them and it's hard
when
for
it,
someone.
when it was still when it was still 1-0 and Sunderland were fighting for it. Does anyone know how Radwell missed
Oh my! Oh
It
no!
seems that. It's for those of you who haven't seen it, it suits the phrase, my nan could have scored it and she's 6 foot under.
Oh god!
My nan isn't, she's perfectly well, but it suits that phrase.
Yeah.
Literally.
It was goals there, balls here, and it's gone to Rose Ed.
Yeah.
Me and Matt were watching the game, and then it went over, and our reaction, our housemate, even just went like, "What's going on? You don't understand what you've just missed."
We wound it for him, and he was there like, "How did he miss this?"
Yeah.
This was RK favourite Dave.
Yeah. So Leicester at that point moved to 10 points clear because Tottenham were playing later. That really does put all the pressure on Tottenham.
Later.
As in they were playing the 4 o'clock.
Well, later than that, because Man United.
Well, yeah, it was
Man
about
United were
half
late.
4 by the time they kicked off. Yeah,
Because Man United didn't realise that London gets busy.
Yeah, but what got me was they'd been in London in their hotel the whole day. Why not just go to the stadium at 12 o'clock?
I don't know.
Why wait till half 3?
But they've been fined out, haven't they? Now
They've been fined for
and
they-
right and all,
they
right
should.
and all, right
Yeah.
and all. So
But yeah, so Tottenham played Man United, 4 o'clock kick-off, pressure on them, and they pulled it out again. Another big result. To beat United, even Man United this season, 3-0 is a hell of an achievement. So,
yeah,
they should be proud of that one.
They picked out one key moment on Sky Sports. It was that Timothy Fosu Mensah. He was playing out right back for them. For United.
Oh, he was
He
sensational.
was having a solid game. Goes in with 50-50 with Dele Alli. Tweaks his knee. Has to go off. Bring on
Darmian.
Matteo Darmian, who he's in Italy starting right back.
Yeah.
So no mug. Oh my word! They just destroyed him.
Thing is, this is why
Within 5.5 minutes of Matteo Darmian coming on, they were 3-0 down.
this is
Damn
Good
it,
job.
yeah.
now if this is how I can see the title race planning out from now. If Leicester, I still think will win the title, hands down, no doubt about it. But if they slip up, Tottenham will win the title.
Well, yeah, it's going to
But
be...
no, as in every time they drop a point, Tottenham will get the 3 points because the way they played, there's no do you know what, we'll sit back for a little bit. It's literally just bombard the opposition.
The thing is with the Tottenham players, and this is what I reckon they've got the mentality of, the fact is, this will probably be the only season that Tottenham have got a real crack at winning this league. At least what it looks like for now. It could be.
For now.
So these players will go, and I'm choking. These players will be going, this is our one chance. Let's just take it. Let's win every game we've got. And if Leicester still win the league, fair play to them.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do. We've done our bit. So that's what I think they're doing.
Well,
And
they've been the best team since 2009 to win the Premier League.
Leicester or Tottenham.
Leicester.
Right, yeah. Isn't it Leicester need 6 more points or something like
They
that?
need to win 3 more games and they've won the title.
9 more points.
And that's if
It's
Tottenham
so
win every
weird.
game.
And that's if Tottenham
It's
win
so
every game,
weird.
yeah.
If you went up to Ranieri, at the beginning of his reign, just said, by the way, you'll be within 3 wins of winning the title in April. He would have probably have laughed so much.
Well, there was, because BBC Sport have dug up an interview of him after they went unbeaten for the first
Lineker
5
did an
games of the
interview
season. It's
this
like,
time last season.
it's like, no, first 5 games of the season. It's like, you still going to be pushing for that European spot? You haven't lost a single game all
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm just looking to get that. He laughed it off and said, nah, I'm just looking for the 40 points and then we'll see what happens. It's like,
Gary Lineker's like, it's a Champions League, yeah?
yeah, they have now, after Man United's loss, they have now confirmed that they'll be playing Champions League football.
Yeah.
So next season, there'll be Aston Villa Burton in the Championship and Leicester City Real Madrid
to be
on a
quite
midweek
honest with you,
game.
Personally, I'd love to see Villa Burton, because Villa are down. I'd love Burton to go up, so I'll be happy with that. I would say if Tottenham drop any points from there to the end of the season, I think Leicester won the league.
Yeah, because it's vice versa for me as well. If Tottenham drop any points, then this is the thing. Tottenham will have all the pressure in every game because they play all their games after Leicester.
Yeah, Tottenham will
Every
play
one
after
of them.
Leicester
So
now every game
Leicester
of
will
the season.
walk into the game and just think, we'll just get whatever result we can and put as much pressure as we can on Tottenham. So they'll go into every game and there will come a stage where Tottenham might just go, oh God, I don't think we're going to deal with this now. Like, and they'll slip up.
Tottenham's next 3 fixtures are all the Monday night 8 o'clockers. So they're away to Stoke on the 18th.
That ain't easy.
That's not an easy game. They're then home to West Brom.
Never an easy game. No,
West Brom is Tony Pulis. Then they're away to Chelsea.
That's the one I think.
So if the way Chelsea have been playing, we could either beat them
by
5-0 or lose 5-0.
But by that time, Leicester might have won the title already.
They already, yeah.
Leicester might have already mathematically have won the title.
No, it might be the Chelsea game. If Tottenham beat Stoke, Tottenham beat West Brom, yeah, because Leicester played before, they would, yeah.
They would have won the title by then. Yeah.
But if, say, Leicester lose the game on the weekend, or draw, and Tottenham go into that game knowing they have to win, can they cope with that pressure?
And it's not just that. Say you do get a big win against Chelsea.
Because we've been used to all season of Leicester like getting the big win and putting pressure on everyone else. But like you say, Matt, it's a different type of pressure if they lose, because all of a sudden you're thinking, we've got to take this now because it's not going to happen again.
Yeah, because it's like we have to win, otherwise it's not ours at all.
Yeah.
What'll be tough for Tottenham if they do get in that position and they get a big win against Chelsea to sort of, there's 3 points in it, 4 points in it, there's a chance. 6 days later they're at home to Southampton, and that's not an easy game. That's just as tough as Chelsea away at this point.
And then again,
in the form that Southampton are in. So
and then last game of the season away to Newcastle.
It might already be.
And if Newcastle are like,
if Newcastle have
pulled off a great escape,
or they need 1 point to stay up, and Tottenham need 3 to win the title.
that is
the shut-up game of the season.
That is a game. That will be.
Shut-up game of the season. Newcastle have just got to park the bus. Like, if you score after we got ladders and everything, you got no chance.
We've got all 55,000 fans in this goal. Good luck, son.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And they will still rip into the sides while they're playing.
It's not attractive football. We didn't lose though. We're staying up. I don't care.
I want to go down and play attractive football.
Talking about attractive football, last game of the weekend, Liverpool got a big win against Stoke.
Divock Origi getting 2.
Yeah, and that leads them into tomorrow for us, game against Dortmund, which we'll speak about in a little while. On the note of Leicester, we'll only talk about it quick because we've talked about them a bit already.
How can you not?
Leicester trio, Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez and N'Golo Kante have been named on the 6-man shortlist for the PFA Players Player of the Year.
Well done to them.
They're joined by Mesut Ozil of Arsenal, West Ham's Dimitri Payet out, and Tottenham striker Harry Kane.
Kane's also been nominated for Young Player of the Year, which he won 12 months ago. He's also been joined by Dele Alli and...
I hate that.
Jack Butland, Philippe Coutinho, Romelu Lukaku and Ross Barkley.
I genuinely hate that. To me, if he's in PFA Players of the Year, don't put him in contention for the Young Player of the Year too.
I agree with that, but like Matt knows already, I think the young Player of the Year should be 21 under. 24 isn't young. That's not young.
Well, a couple of years ago when Bale won Player of the Year but didn't win Young Player of the Year, and I thought to myself, how is that even possible?
Then the following
year,
if
he's been the best player in the country, he's also been the best young player in the country.
Then the following year he won both.
That makes more sense if you're going to actually nominate them. Do you know what I mean? If Harry Kane wins Player of the Year and Dele Alli wins Young Player of the Year, someone's got to be doing something wrong.
Yeah. But who would you say is the player? Who would you pick as your your winners?
My young player.
Yeah, start with Matt Thowney.
My young player would be Dele Alli, and my men's player of the year would be Vardy.
Yeah, I got that. Ali and Vardy. One quick note before you say yours. How is Philippe Coutinho in contention for Young Player of the Year? Hasn't he been at Liverpool for like 6-7 years?
No, he's been at Liverpool the season before they nearly won the title. We moved there.
So at least
4 years. Yeah.
That's still a long.
Oh, still a long time.
They did sign him they signed him when he was 18.
They signed him when he was 20. He was at Inter for 2 years.
Oh, sorry.
Before that.
Yeah,
so.
go on. Your.
I would go for Ali, but I'm going Riyad Mahrez because despite Jamie Vardy's goal scoring, Mahrez has won them that title. In my opinion,
I think Mahrez has gone off the boil over the last month and a half.
Yeah, but
if you want consistency, N'Golo Kante's got it hands down. Then he's probably already intercepted it.
Yeah.
Took your time.
yeah. He and the winner, Jamie. Oh no, there he goes.
The other thing to realise is that he has also scored the most goals as a midfielder in Europe.
What, Mahrez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
What's
other.
he got, like 14?
16.
Not N'Golo Kante.
And pretty good argument for Kante.
Yeah.
He's made the most interceptions in Europe.
And Ranieri has to win manager.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the N'Golo facts that have been going around?
No.
There was like 70% of the earth is covered by water, the rest of it is by Kante. He's just a workhorse.
Brilliant. There was Champions League quarter-finals yesterday. Two in fact. There were Man City at home against PSG. Big tie, big tie. And at least for the opening, sort of as they walked out, and you know what I mean, the first 5 minutes, the atmosphere in the Etihad was pretty good.
Makes a change.
And then did everyone leave or something? Because it just went completely silent.
But,
Rio Ferdinand ripped into them on BT Sport. It's just,
Yeah.
I joke about it, calling it the empty hat, because it's like the Highbury Library. It's just so quiet.
I mean, to be fair, like when De Bruyne does score the winner, because City won 1-0 in the through to semi-finals, just for anyone that didn't actually.
City making a European final for the first time in their history, so well played to them.
Yeah. When De Bruyne does score, you do hear a huge roar. There is you could feel that there was people inside the stadium, but only when they score.
So it's the first minute and the 76th minute.
Yeah,
Other than that,
although
they could have all gone had a pie.
I must know, and it seems to have gone unnoticed, or I've missed the reports. Did you hear the boos for the Champions League anthem?
Yep.
City are going to get fined again.
At least when they first time they did it, the second time they did it, they just had the placards that said boo, so they weren't actually booing it. They just said boo. They're just there. We'll just hold up signs.
Next is going to be sign language.
Brilliant.
It's just like it seems like the old Caesar thing. It's like in a Colosseum, and now we plead to the judge. No.
It's just you're going to get fined if you boo the champion. Okay, no problem. I've got a plan. Placards.
But
Get the skywriting out.
would you agree?
They've got enough money.
Would you agree that Kevin De Bruyne has proved, even though it's a short period of time, he's proved that in a few years this guy could be the next big thing?
Not even in a few years.
He could be fantastic.
Because to come out of like this massive injury and score 3 massive goals in City season takes a lot of doing.
The thing is, for me, De Bruyne is going into the Euros in massively great form.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think if Belgium go far in the tournament, it will be due to De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And he will announce himself on the world stage.
And he'll end up at Real Madrid.
Possibly.
Do you know why? Because Isco is wanting to leave now.
Chelsea linked with Isco was probably the only big player we're ever going to get.
And James Rodriguez is, don't get me wrong, he's fantastic. But if Kevin De Bruyne is doing that well, you want him in that position.
You could see a swap deal though, couldn't you? De Bruyne for James Rodriguez.
I'm thinking more Isco for James Rodriguez.
I don't think
for James Rodriguez and for Kevin De Bruyne.
No, with Guardiola going in now, I don't think City had won.
That's true, yeah.
Pellegrini has written off facing future City boss Guardiola. He says, until then, it doesn't change anything, which it shouldn't.
It's got to go, isn't it? It's going to be Bayern.
No, that's going to be the final. Man City versus Bayern Munich.
Well,
if Guardiola just said, like, I'm leading up Bayern Munich for my final game against the team I'm about to sign for, just look up to the box and see the old sheikh looking at him like, win and you'll die.
Well, to be honest with you, this semi-finals Champions League could turn. It looks like it could turn out to be one of the most interesting sort of 4 quartet in years. Do you know what I mean? Because if tonight's games go as we expect, and Barcelona and Bayern go through, you've got City and Real Madrid there as well. That's That's 2 brilliant ties. I personally hope it's not Barcelona versus Bayern again, because I'm getting kind of bored.
El Clasico.
El Clasico.
No,
there's two things most football fans want to see. 2 things happen in the final: City Bayern Munich because of the Guardiola effect, or an El Clasico final.
I want
have the El Super Clasico.
This is what I would like to see. Is I would probably want Real Madrid to face Bayern. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
and Barca City.
I just don't think City
because
are going to go through
with Bayern, with Real Madrid, I think, especially with Ronaldo in the helm after his unbelievable game yesterday, like they could actually win it now.
It's like fair play to Real Madrid. You're 2-0 down after your first leg, and
A guy that started badly at the beginning of 2016 suddenly goes an absolute madden.
Well, we know what the Champions League is like. Let's be honest. The two best sides in the world right now are Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
I wouldn't say Barcelona at the moment. They've really not this month. Not this month,
but in terms of general talent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far.
So, a lot of people are probably hoping that that's the final, but I think that's probably the least interesting. As you say.
Well, there's nothing really to... Well, there is something to report about, obviously, but...
City in the final at all will be interesting, because obviously it's the first major European final they've ever had, and it would be pretty cool to see them win the Champions League. It would actually cool.
It would, yeah.
But I agree with you, actually. I think it's Madrid's year. Could be Madrid's year. West Ham, Man United, FA Cup replay is going on as we speak, and it's literally about to go to half-time, I should think, and it's still 0-0. So
that's no changing.
No change
United
whatsoever.
And the two Champions League games tonight: Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Benfica Bayern have just kicked off.
I'm following the Atletico Barcelona game. There's only been one change, and that is Fernandes has come in for Fernando Torres for Atletico Madrid because he is suspended.
Yeah. To be fair, on that note, Bayern have actually got a tough tie tonight. They only got a 1-0 win over Benfica in Germany, and Benfica away is a really tough game. So,
well, we experienced it when we went.
Yeah, they might not even get through to the semis yet.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Aston Villa have cancelled their Player of the Year awards as they look to confirm relegation on the weekend.
Kyle,
you are taking the mic.
You are officially the worst team I've ever seen. You're worse than Derby. Even they awarded Kenny Miller.
They did a poll, who's worse, Derby or Aston Villa, and Derby won that poll.
Do you know why? Because Kenny Miller got Player of the Year. At least he got something. Anyway, go on then.
I completely agree with the club. How can you give an award to any of those players? Us fans should get an award, to be honest with you, for having to sit through this.
Well, you don't sit through it. You leave about after an hour.
Not me personally, but
you haven't been to stadium.
I've been to Villa Park more times than you.
I haven't been this season, admittedly. That's because I'm in Southampton. But yeah, I completely agree with the club. And as I said to you guys on the walk down here to our studio, I actually agree with what the club have been doing over the last couple of weeks. They've completely rebuilt it. They've got people in from the FA as Matt Thowney nearly falls off his chair. Is that because I'm praising the club? It's just like, oh my god. But yeah, they've got David Bernstein, and they've got a couple of us from the FA coming in who are actually football men as well, which is quite good.
Randy Townsend.
Randy Lerner's given up his chairmanship. He owns the club, but he's not chairman anymore. And there's a football man in as chairman, which is quite good. Andy Townsend's director of football, which sounds weird, but he's a former Villa player, so it gives the fans a bit of confidence. He's like former hero as such.
Someone who knows what he's doing.
And to be fair, yeah, although everyone hates him for his ITV punditry, if you genuinely listen to him and look at his knowledge, he does know a fair bit.
He knows a fair bit.
He does.
He's not wrong as often as people make out when he's on commentary, so I don't mind that. Remy Gard's very unlucky to get the sack, personally.
He was the wrong man, though.
He was. They shouldn't have. If they were planning to do this at the end of the season, they probably weren't. It's probably something they've just thought of doing. But if it was a plan, they shouldn't have sacked Sherwood, because there's no point bringing in Remy Gard for 4 months.
Yeah.
How is he going to make an impact, especially if you don't give him any money? It's not going to work.
Happy days.
On the note of who should take over, because I know we haven't done a podcast since this, we should probably mention it. I would only be happy, really, with David Moyes.
Moyes.
That'd be the only one I'd be happy.
It'd be a good rebuild for his career.
Yeah.
The club has to be rebuilt. Nigel Pearson's not the man to do that.
No.
I don't think. He hasn't got experience in rebuilding.
But I think it would be a good shout. I'd still be
The thing that would worry me with Pearson, I wouldn't be pleased, because we're going to have a tough season next season. It's going to be a lot of lows still. And Pearson's too hot-headed. If things aren't going his way, it's a very bad sore loser. If things aren't going his way, he starts blaming everyone around him.
Because I had a conversation with you over Twitter about whether or not Paul Clement, and I think it'd be a good shout for Paul Clement, the former Derby boss, because even though he got sacked by Derby, he still did a decent job while he was there, and he got him to 5th.
The problem Villa have got, whoever they appoint now, it's probably the biggest appointment in the club's history, because whoever they appoint has to restore the confidence for the fans. That's the problem with Paul Clement. If they put Paul Clement in charge, the fans are going to go, really? It's not going to drive attendance. It's not going to put.
So you think
confidence in the game.
experience needs to play?
It needs a
its
bigger
part.
name.
Yeah. Well, no. By the sounds of what you're saying, it needs someone with a lot of experience in the football world.
Yeah.
Not someone like Nigel Pearson, who, let's be fair, hasn't seen many promotions.
He won promotion with Leicester, but that was a
Yeah,
Leicester side.
one.
Yeah, but that was a Leicester side that looked like it was always building to promotion. for
And
3 years.
go to win the Premier League title.
What would you say about someone like a Malky Mackay or Ian Holloway?
Ian Holloway.
He isn't going to come back. He's retired now.
Yeah, there's that.
Is
Yeah,
Malky
he
Mackay.
retired.
Mackay I'd also put into the same level of Paul Clement, where it wouldn't feel confidence in the stand. Or the players, if they put one of those two in charge, the players will go, right, okay, what are they going to teach me? Do you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of egos. Look at Lescott, look at Richards. They ain't going to be happy with that.
One person I would love to see come back into football, and this would be the perfect job for him, is Glenn Hoddle. One manager that I've always liked
Isn't he
in football.
the director of football at Queen's Park Rangers?
I think he is, but I'd love to see him back on the touchline.
You've
He was
also
so
got to
good.
remember, in terms of the Villa job, Glenn Hoddle is a former Wolves manager.
Yeah.
And
So
Alex McLeish.
Alex McLeish was the start of the downfall. He should never have been appointed. Same as I know Steve Bruce has been one of their favourites for the job. If we appoint Steve Bruce, I genuinely believe we'll get relegated again because he's got too much ties with Birmingham City. The fans will protest every game. They will not allow Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce, during his time at Birmingham, ripped into Villa every week in his press conference. He doesn't like Villa. So I can't see that happening. Gary Neville is one that I originally said I personally would be okay with Gary Neville. But again, I don't think it'd fill the fans with confidence. So I think David Moyes is the only candidate.
Moyes there?
It's whether he wants the job.
I wouldn't want it right now.
That's the question.
It's now become the poison chalice.
The thing is with Moyes, he took over at Everton. They were in the Premier League, but they were dropping out. They were in a really bad state in 2002 when he took over. And he spent 10 years, whatever it was there.
To make him one.
And he rebuilt them completely.
He got them Champions League football,
Got them Champions League football
2004-05.
So I would be happy with David Moyes doing something like that again. Give him a long time. Don't give him a year or 2 years. Let him have 4 or 5
Give him that
years.
6 years that Man United promised him.
Yeah. I'm sure if they said that to Moyes, he'd say, you know what,
Contracts just don't mean anything these days, do
no,
they?
they don't. But I think Villa need a long-term manager. Short term's going to do nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
You need to dedicate yourself.
We need to rebuild the whole club and the whole side. So you can't do that if you bring in a manager.
How long was O'Neill at Villa?
O'Neill was at Villa
4
for
years?
about 4 years, yeah.
Because he just always
4.
seemed to be there, and he did wonders for you.
Oh,
The thing is with O'Neill, the squad was in a pretty decent state anyway. We were mid-table, always going to be mid-table, never in a relegation battle under O'Dreary. So O'Dreary. He took over and he did. I think one of the first big transfers he ever did. It was a really great one. We had Milan Baros.
Yeah.
And he swapped him for the Lyon striker, John Carew. Just a swap deal. No money's changed then. Just a swap deal. What a transfer that was. Do you know what I mean? And then he brought in Young from Watford as a youngster, and he brought through Agbon Law as well. And those three sort of built everything around them. So I'd take a Moyes. That's the only one I'd be happy with. So I don't know whether that'll happen.
All right, then
We'll move on to the Europa League fixtures because I could talk for ages about this.
As stated, it's the second leg of the quarter-finals. Liverpool playing Dortmund after a 1-1 draw. Sevilla playing at Bilbao after Sevilla got a 2-1 win. Shakhtar Donetsk also got a 2-1 win away at Sparta Prague. And then Villarreal got a 2-1 win away at Sparta Prague. Got Braga and Prague. But Prague are now the home team.
Just for a note, if you need any more proof that La Liga is the best league in the world, look at the European competitions where you've got 3 Spanish sides in the quarterfinals of the Champions League and 3 Spanish sides in the quarterfinals of the Europa League.
None of their players could cope in our league. Di Maria, perfect example.
Santi Cazorla, and another reason to prove you're right.
Brilliant.
He hits an ace and I return with a smash volley.
So Liverpool Dortmund's biggest game, you would say, at least for us.
Because it's English.
Getting a point away to Dortmund was a massive, massive plus for Liverpool. Jordan Henderson's going to be a big blow.
He's now a doubt for the Euros because he's got like a 6 to 8 week out.
He's expected not to be in the squad at all, to be honest. Can Liverpool pull it off?
Yeah. I think whoever
They
wins this
can.
game will win it.
Yeah.
Will go on to win the actual competition then.
Oh, I still think Sevilla can win
Yeah.
it. Become the first team to win it 3 times in a row. And win it for a 4th time.
Well, we'll
Sevilla aren't the most successful team in the tournament, regardless. They've won it 3 times with last season and the year before.
Well, we're going to start predictions here. We'll start with Liverpool Dortmund at Anfield. Matt Thowney. It's 1-1 after the first leg, so Liverpool have the away goal too.
I'm going 2-1 Liverpool.
1-0 Dortmund to win on penalties.
I'm going 1-0 Dortmund. It's going to be, although there's a hell of a great strikers on the pitch, or great attackers as such, it's got to be a tight game. So.
Oh, good. There's no doubt about it. This game it's either going to be a 1-0 or 4-3. It's not going to be 5-1 or anything like that.
It's not going to be a
way.
walkover like it was against Tottenham. It is going to be a nitty-gritty
That's
game.
because Liverpool are putting out their best squad as well. So.
Thing is, you'd expect the opposite, wouldn't you, with the defences?
Tottenham put out reserves, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, Sevilla versus Atletico
all Spanish
Bilbao.
tie. Holders Sevilla have a 2-1 lead over Athletic Bilbao.
Matt Thowney?
2-0 lead, did you say?
2-1.
2-1 lead.
So 2 away goals.
Oh, good. 1-0 Seville.
I'm going to go same result, 2-1 Sevilla.
I'm going 3-0 Sevilla.
Shakhtar Donetsk have a 2-1 lead over Sparta Prague.
Two away
It's
goals.
at Donetsk.
2 away goals then.
So 2 away goals.
That's a tough one because
3-0 Shakhtar Donetsk, I think.
it's 2 unknown squads there. It's not much.
Well, Shakhtar Donetsk are a side that can produce, but
They produced Willian.
well, they'll come out with that
I think
performance.
Donetsk have the famous striker Fred playing for them.
Hey!
I remember during the World Cup on Twitter they had hashtag Fred's better than Fred and Fred Flintstone kept popping up.
Brilliant.
That's how good he was.
So did you?
Yeah, 3-0
3-0
Shakhtar Donetsk.
I'm going to go 2-0 Donetsk.
2-2. Why not? Set the fence.
In the lead up to the game, Donetsk did beat Metalist Kharkiv 8-0, by the way.
And
Metalist
The
Kharkiv.
Ukrainian league, though.
Yeah, but Metalist Kharkiv
God
is
awful.
their version of Tottenham.
Yeah, it's like Tottenham versus Leicester this year.
Yeah.
So, Sparta Prague, Villarreal, with Villarreal having a 2-1 lead, but Sparta Prague do have an important
1 away goal.
So that's probably the tie that's most in the balance, apart from the Liverpool Dortmund one.
1-0 Sparta Prague.
Oh. 1-0.
I want to go 1-0 Sparta Prague just because I want to see someone lose on away goals.
Well, I think
Very
there'll be a shock somewhere, and that
Yeah,
sounds
there
like
is.
one where it could be.
Crystal Palace, Everton's just kicked off, I believe.
Yes.
The Premier League tie tonight. So that might affect
Random 8
predictions
o'clock
for
game.
2 games on Saturday and Sunday, which we'll move to now. The early game, as we already mentioned, is at Carrow Road, Norwich versus Sunderland. If Norwich
Awesome game.
If Norwich avoid defeat, Aston Villa will be confirmed as relegated. So Norwich will actually go into that going, if we win, we tick off one, they're gone. Do you know what I mean?
I was saying to Thowney, loser of this will go down with Newcastle and Villa.
Yeah.
It's a good shout. It's a very good shout. So predictions, Matt Thowney.
0-0.
I knew you'd say a draw after you said
It sounds like such a
We're
boring
chatting
game.
to some random guy at the pub, and he's like, right, this has got last of the match and day written all over it, and to make matters worse, it's got the brilliant Michael Owen commentating on it.
I know you say it's a boring game, but you would have said that about Norwich and Newcastle the other week, and that turned out to be
No,
brilliant.
but this is a game
This
that
is two sides who
literally
can't
screams.
defend to
Yeah,
save
no,
their
but it
life.
literally screams. We're just going to park the bus.
I don't think
You are not going to see a player cross that line.
It's a game. It's a game.
Sunderland have to win this game in their eyes. They
Yeah.
have to.
But I can see Norwich parking the bus against them.
Norwich could, but Sunderland have the deadly Jermaine. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
1-0 Sunderland.
I'm going to go
Just to piss off my Newcastle mate.
2-1 Sunderland. I don't think
We haven't-
Norwich will do it.
Is there a player that's played for both?
Yes. Oh, Michael Turner.
He did, yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, good shout.
So, I think, personally, Sunderland will win 2-1, which means that Villa will go
So
down
you two
on
think
their
that's-
own accord of losing.
So you
not
two
someone else.
think that Sunderland could be in with a shout.
I think out of the 3 teams down there, Sunderland are the most likely, I reckon, to stay up with Jermaine Defoe's goals.
They always end up.
And Sam Allardyce is a master of getting out of these stupid situations.
I can't see Newcastle and Sunderland going down.
The North East will suffer, especially, and if Middlesbrough, who are top of the Championship at the moment, if they don't get promoted,
if Middlesbrough go up, they must be like, oh yeah, I'm called to join.
Tired we're Derby Day.
What do you mean you're leaving? Why? Oh yeah. So
the North East needs a football team.
The first 3 o'clock kickoff is a sort of Europa League game, I suppose. Everton,
really?
Well, Everton have still got slim hopes. Very slim.
Everton are 14th.
I know, but the form and the fixtures they've got, it's a home game for them. If they beat Southampton, they've
when you say slim,
slim,
are you literally talking about as slim as a piece of paper?
Very slim.
If Everton have a slim chance of getting Europa League, Chelsea have got it nailed on.
Yeah,
we're ahead of Everton.
So they haven't, all right?
I take it back. Everton, Southampton. Will Everton do their Merseyside rivals a favour then by beating Southampton? Let's go with that angle then.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's better. God blimey. I'm going
They got
to.
a slim chance. No.
I'm going 2-1 Everton.
Right. Okay. 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Saints, and I can't think of a player.
Oh, there's got to be. There's got to be one.
Well, you do what you do yours for a sec.
I'm going to go 3-2 Southampton. Why not?
Why not?
Well.
Well, I'm actually pretty sure there's not one that's played for both.
There might be someone in the late 90s or something like that. But
Yeah.
In the Ashley Young derby,
Yeah.
it's Man United versus Aston Villa.
Or the Dwight York derby.
Or Dwight York.
This will be the game which actually confirms Villa's relegation because we ain't going to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
He predicted on Super 6 that you would get a goal. That's
Ah!
I'm doing my shoelaces.
I want a high five.
No, go away.
No, but yeah.
He still predicted you'd lose like 4-1.
Yeah, it's still-
Man,
it's
Man
still
United
gonna
Villa, so yours is 4-1, I'm guessing, yeah?
3-1.
I'm so confused. Okay, 3-1.
3-1 Manchester United.
Yeah. Matt Tye?
3-0 United.
Yeah, 3-0, I'll take that. 3-0.
I'll take that.
And the John
I'll
Joe
take that,
John Joe Shelby derby, which was quite ironic because when he signed for Newcastle, Swansea were below them.
Yeah, he must be looking at it and going, yeah, this was a bad move. He was still playing for Swansea. I don't know why he left.
But he's there with his 80 grand a week just going, I think I'll be alright.
Yeah. Premier League? I don't care. Yeah, so Newcastle Swansea at St James's. As we said earlier, as I said earlier, Newcastle have to win that game to stay in. It's a chance.
So will they?
I genuinely think this is going to be the start of their push back into the race for
Safety.
Because like my result 0-0 went for Norwich Sunderland, so I'm going 3-0 Newcastle.
That time.
Whereas I for one think they'll lose 2-1 Swansea.
I actually think they'll win because Swansea are just completely that there's like 6 or 7 different Swansea sides it seems. Do you know what I mean? They're so unpredictable. Does that make sense?
I do see what you're saying, but that was very confusing.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah,
I think
2-0 Newcastle.
I think the technical term is inconsistent.
What did I say?
There were 6 different teams.
I know what I meant. So I'm going 2-0 Newcastle. West Brom Watford's probably the last on match of the day game.
No, it's Sunderland.
Not Sunderland.
Yeah, but no, I mean just because Norwich Sunderland has something to play for. Above West Brom Watford. And there's got to be someone who's played for both sides.
What?
Lloyd Dyer.
Oh.
Who?
See, guys, come on.
Yeah, Lloyd Dyer.
Lacking.
I've lost
By the way,
my voice.
also, Troy Deeney is a Walsall native, which is about 20 minutes away from West Brom, so it's sort of another homecoming.
Thank you for your geography lesson.
He's a Birmingham City fan as well, and he loves scoring at Villa Park, so I hope he breaks his leg or something. I don't know. West Brom Watford.
You all right there? Just having a little dig.
I'm going 2-1 Watford.
Yeah, 2-1 Watford.
2-0 West Brom. I hate that. I hate myself.
Right. Kevin De Bruyne, Sean Wright-Phillips, Tal Ben Hayyim derby, Chelsea Man City.
Can we put a Robinho in there?
He never played for Chelsea.
I know, but he should have. He was on the plane and suddenly the plane went like that.
Did you not hear Robinho's first press conference, like when he signed for them? I thought Manchester played in red.
I got another one for you actually. Nicholas Anelka.
Oh, Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah.
I forgot he played for them in like the 20 clubs he played for.
Yeah. Chelsea Man City is the late game on Sky Sports, purely for sort of name value more than anything.
Yeah, it is,
not really anything to play for. Well, City have got
City are securing fourth.
Yeah,
but if they win it, they get it anyway. So
it's a bit of a weird one for Sky to pick that one, I suppose. Chelsea Man City, Matt Thowney.
3-2 Chelsea.
Goals.
Might be a little bit biased, but I just have a feeling it's going to be someone's going to win that. I don't see it ending in a draw.
Well, Chelsea have got the extra few days rest as well. So
I also don't think a game between the two sides has ended in a draw in a very long time.
No.
Like even, I don't think so.
Didn't the game last season where Lampard scored end in a draw?
Yeah. Both games ended for draw last season. Thank you, Matt, for your useless fact.
Brilliant, awesome.
Well, the two games they've had this season haven't been draws. They've been a 3-0 home. They've been 3-0 home win and a 5-1 home win.
Can we please move on before that embarrassing thing just goes on?
I think they'll have one of those written. No. 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm going to go 3-0 City.
Oh, you can go away.
No, pick up your mic, go on.
We only use you because you know how to use this thing. And I pretty much set it up on my own one week. So
yeah, brilliant, awesome.
I just need your key.
Bournemouth Liverpool is the first game of the Sunday kickoffs. Liverpool coming off the back of a Europa League game, so it could be a reserve squad that plays there maybe.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth are safe, so nothing really to play for.
Well, Liverpool are pushing for a Europa League spot regardless of...
Yeah, but I think Liverpool's Europa League spot, they're aiming it more at let's win the Europa League
and get
Champions League football more than anything.
But still, it would be nice to have Europa League spot to fall back on.
It would, yes. Matt Thowney?
2-1 Liverpool.
Matt Thowney?
2-2. Bournemouth are good at home.
I'm going 2-0 Bournemouth. Why not?
Because they can't keep a clean sheet.
Right, the first Super Sunday game, which will be on telly, is Leicester versus West Ham. Leicester looking for another win to tick off their sheet, and West Ham are chasing Europe.
Leicester will be watching West Ham's game tonight and going, I hope this goes to penalties, and then play 120 minutes of their best squad, because that is going to be a difficult game for them. I know we said Leicester don't want to drop points on what you mentioned earlier, but looking at that and the form that West Ham have been in, coming back against Arsenal and whatnot, do you reckon Ranieri's half thinking, if we get a point, I won't be too disappointed as long as we don't...
I think if they don't lose any games, I don't see how we can be that disappointed. Only if it's too much.
Yeah, I know, but that game in particular, West Ham, do you reckon he'll be okay with a point there? Even before the game, he'll be going...
No, I think he'll be disappointed, actually. At the King Power.
It is.
I'd be disappointed with that.
But West Ham have got a great away record this year as well. One at the Emirates, one at the Etihad.
Leicester have been the best team in the Premier League. That's what you've got to remember. It may be the best away form, but Leicester have been good overall. So that don't matter.
If you look at Leicester's fixture, I know they got Chelsea finally there this season, but I actually think this is Leicester's toughest game they're running.
Yeah.
Because it might already be wrapped up by the time they play Chelsea. So, will they pull off another magical 3 points?
2-1 Leicester.
That's a yes. Matt Tye?
1-0 Leicester.
That's also a yes.
I'm
going to go 2-2. I can just see West Ham nicking a point.
And finally, not finally, that's Monday night game. Last on the Sunday is Arsenal Crystal Palace. Arsenal looking to cement third place.
Palace looking to
get a second win of the season.
Well, you would probably say if Palace win, they are actually properly safe.
Because they'll hit that magic 40.
They hit magic 40.
Well, they could hit that magic 40 tonight.
I mean, they're already 10 points ahead of Sunderland as it stands. But that would confirm it, you'd think.
We have a goal!
We have a goal.
Benfica have equalised on aggregate. They're leading Bayern Munich 1-0 after 25 minutes. So that game is back in the balance.
That is a massive goal. I said Benfica away is tough. Yes, Arsenal Palace, Matt Thowney.
4-1 Arsenal.
Oh.
Yep, Matt Thowney.
2-1 Arsenal.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, yeah, good shout. Do you know, before we do these predictions, we should probably check with you what yours are, because we seem to bring it up to an angle. It's going to go this way. We think it might go this way, and then Matt goes, yeah, 4-1 Arsenal.
It's going to be one of those high-scoring games.
Yes, but what you seem to be forgetting is that I'm useless at betting. So whatever is on here, the likelihood of it happening is 20%.
How much did you lose on the Grand National?
I don't want to talk. I didn't bet actually on the Grand National. No,
Yeah.
but I did bet on all the football.
Oh yeah.
I should have bet on the Grand National. Don't get me started on the Grand
Stoke
National.
Tottenham's the Monday game, and it's
Stoke
a quite
Alona.
important one. We do actually have midweek games to go through as well next week. For next week, so
Yeah, we'll do them because
we'll do them.
we got a few.
We might be doing a podcast on the Wednesday again, so let's do the predictions. So Stoke Tottenham on the Monday. Can Tottenham go to Britannia on a wet and windy Monday?
We've just looked at the fixtures. We got a random Thursday.
A random Thursday game, which might be to do with the fact that West Ham are at home on the Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
What you mentioned about how no London teams play on the same
night. Yeah.
or sort of timing.
There's a weird police rule.
Yeah, you look it up if you don't know.
1-0 Man United.
Oh, just gone in actually.
Rashford's
got a goal, so
I missed it because I was looking at fixtures.
it's all right. United look to be on their way, and it's Raul Jimenez who scored for Benfica, by the way. We didn't mention that. So Stoke Tottenham, we'll get there in the end. Matt Thowney.
1-0 Spurs.
I'm going to go 1-0. I reckon this could be the game that slips up Tottenham.
I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham. So Tuesday there's one game at Newcastle Manchester City at St James's.
City could be in two moods. They could have had a really tough Champions League tie, as that draws on Friday. They could have been thumped by Chelsea because, hey, we beat them 5-1 in the Cup.
You beat the kids 5-1.
Shut up! They had Caballero still in goal and some... but he had wonders for them in the League Cup. Yeah, you never know. City could be in two moods. They could just write this off as an easy.
This is more about Newcastle, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? So this is a home tie.
This is their game in hand.
I think it is. Yeah, it is their game in hand. So it's a big game for them. Can they do it, Matt Thowney?
No.
1-0.
Ooh.
That wouldn't be a bad point if they beat Swansea.
Yes.
Matt
Well, I have them to lose against Swansea. You know what? Sod it. 1-0 Newcastle. 1-0 Newcastle.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. 4-1 City.
That's a shock.
Screw Newcastle. 3 games on the Wednesday, 20th of April. And there's, before we speak about West Ham Watford, which is for some reason is higher, it's a 7:45 kickoff. Let's talk about the biggest game on that night, the Merseyside derby, Liverpool-Everton. Yeah, Europa League chasing Liverpool against Everton.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
It's like, let's talk about it. We were silent for a bit there. Let's talk about it.
It's a really tough. When you consider Liverpool have got 3 pretty big games for them.
Because they've got Chelsea coming up.
For them, if they got Chelsea that weekend, that's 4 weeks.
No, because Liverpool have 2 games in hand. The Merseyside derby then home to us.
Not easy then.
Not at all.
Matt Thowney?
4-3 Liverpool.
Goals!
Neither team can defend, but they
can attack.
they certainly can.
All right, Noel Quinn.
No, Noel Quinn predicts what's going to happen next season, even though everyone knows what's going to happen next season.
It's Michael Owen. Both teams can score.
But I think, you know what? I think a Liverpool team could win this one. That's Michael Owen.
3-2 Everton.
You have to go goals. If you go 1-0 or 0-0 now, it's like
2-2.
Yes.
Goals enough, and you know because I'm pretty sure this game's probably on BT. You know Michael Owen's on commentary, a Liverpool legend, Everton fan. So it does actually make sense for once. West Ham Watford, as we earlier mentioned, is the 7:45 kickoff.
London derby.
West Ham's slim Champions League hopes now, you'd probably say. They have to win that game to stand any chance, surely. Thowney.
3-1 West Ham.
2-0 West Ham.
3-0 West Ham. Why not? Also on the same night, United are at home to Palace, who are also in that Champions League sort of race. Matt Thowney?
1-0 Man United.
1-0.
3-0 Man United, because Palace are pretty terrible this calendar year.
Thursday. That's right, we have a Premier League game on a Thursday.
On a Thursday?
Thursday! Arsenal are playing West Brom at 7:45.
It's not even it's not even one of these games where you're like, oh, there's a lot riding on it.
It's just a game.
Arsenal are going to win the game comfortably. I guarantee you. That is what...
Oh, please don't.
1-0 West Brom win.
Matt Thowney.
I'm going for 2-0 Arsenal.
Hey!
Comfortable enough.
3-0 Arsenal.
4-0 Arsenal.
Hey!
Well, you had to say they were going to win. We knew that.
I hope they stuff them. Let's just check if there's a game on the Friday.
No, I checked ahead.
We're okay. We're good. So that's actually all our predictions, I believe.
Yeah.
Did you want to mention anything on the FA Women's Super League? I'll hand you over to Matt Tye.
Right. So I put up on the Facebook and Twitter, we're looking to branch out into also the Women's League. As some of you may know, I also cover the MLS, and we've got Stuart and Matt who also take a keen interest in the lower league footballs because of their local teams. Carl will also be joining that group in a minute.
I do a bit of everything, I do.
He does a bit of everything. He also does a bit of non-league. But we're also looking to branch out into possibly getting someone to specifically do the Women's Super League. So we're going to try and incorporate a bit more in our podcasts now. So we got Super League 1 and 2. And I'll stick with Super League 1. Manchester City women are top of it with 2 wins from 2 after beating Arsenal ladies 2-0 on Monday. New team Sunderland got a 1-1 draw against... new team Reading got a draw against Sunderland, who, quote, want to be their version of Leicester after avoiding relegation last season. Defending champions Chelsea got a 4-1 win against Doncaster Rovers. And then in some of the midweek fixtures, Man City women beat Notts County 1-0. Liverpool ladies, who won it 2 seasons ago, beat Birmingham 1-0. Then Aston Villa ladies beat Reading. Arsenal ladies beat Reading 3-1.
On the note of what you're saying about it, obviously we're looking for someone to cover the women's game. If there's any, like me, for example, looking to be sports journalists when they're older, because I would expect there's probably a couple listening to a football podcast on YouTube. What we're looking for, you would find in the Women's League that if you contacted the women's side, Manchester City as well, to be fair, and said, is it all right if I come down and cover the game? They will let you for the women's game because they're looking for as much sort of attention. So if you go down there with a camera and a notepad, you'll be able to cover the game completely. So that's just, we're looking for anyone from that to anyone who just watches the game on TV. But I just wanted to put that out
because BT cover the Women's Super League, and the BBC also has the Women's Continental Cup and also the England International. And the England ladies, well done for them for this week because they had 2 European qualifiers. They drew 1-1 against Belgium coming from behind, and they beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 1-0.
And also, to be fair, anyone who's listening going, well, I'd like to join the team and write some reports, but I don't know much about women's football. We're not just looking for women's football. Anyone who wants to join the team, we would take opinion pieces, match reports. Anyone, I mean, we're looking for guests on the podcast too. So email at rkfootball, not at rkfootball at gmail.com.
Facebook is RK Football
Yeah,
Talk.
Facebook.
Can I just quickly say this thing I've just seen on social media that was shared before the Man United West Ham game kicked off?
Mm-hmm.
Hey Man United, just a quick reminder that kick-off is at 7 p.m. We'd like you to be late.
Oh, that was from the West Ham's Twitter account. I retweeted that. That was funny.
Brilliant. But yeah, so we are looking for any sort of writers. So yeah, if you're listening and want to do that, email us. There's been a
goal! Atletico Madrid!
Just as we leave you, there's been a goal at Atletico Madrid. Matt Thowney's looking on like, oh, what is it? And the tie's back in the balance.
Atletico Madrid.
Well, I knew it was.
And Antoine Griezmann has got a goal on the 36th minute to tie on aggregate, but Atletico Madrid still have that away goal, so they will go through as it can stand.
There's still a long way.
Still about an hour left.
Well, they've got one of the best defences in Europe, so it's game on now.
Boom.
Yeah, so that's all we got time for this week. We should be back next week. Maybe a Wednesday recording, so a Thursday sort of upload like this week. Yeah, that's it. From myself and to Matt, we will see you
See you later then.
Bye.
next week.